All right. So who waits for a countdown to zero, right? Let me just quickly check if everything is working as it should. Can you hear the audio? Please give me a notice in the chat. But yeah, it should work. Hopefully. Hello? Anyone out there? Hi and welcome. It's been a while, honestly. I give you that. So today, was it today? No, yesterday. Yesterday, Ithera Gold Atlantis 3 has been released by Stefano Maccarelli. And link is in the video description below, but just in case you don't know, it's the next installment in his Ithera series focusing on solo vocals. And holy Maccarelli, we do have a lot of ground to cover. This is, let me put it in the chat as well. Here we go. Hey Peter. Hey Abakachi. Thanks for letting me know. Hey Jess dude, good to see you. So yeah, it's on introductory sale for $111.95, regular $139. If you own any of the previous Ithera modules, Atlantis, you get, here is the upgrade loyalty program, so you can get quite a bit of, a good chunk of money off. Still, I think I said this on past streams for Stefano's libraries. I don't know why he's slamming them out that cheap. It's just amazing what content you get for what little money. I mean, obviously, it always depends, yeah, well, how much is little money, but these libraries are extremely cheap for what you get, in my opinion. Anyway, long story short, this is the website. Distributed by Zero G, female vocal instrument designed for crafting soundtracks, cinematic compositions, awe-inspiring music trailers, and any musical piece demanding exceptional Celtic, fantasy, and epic solo vocals. Great trailers. There is a really in-depth walkthrough. Stefano did a 3-hour stream yesterday instead of getting some sleep. So there you have that. And I mean, nobody can get more in-depth and in detail on this than the developer himself. So definitely check that out if you want to know more. But we will look at it today as well. So let's close this. There you go. Bye-bye. And let's load it up. Here we go. Actually, we don't need the side pane. There we go. We also probably don't need this. I want to play a few of the patches, just go through them from the start and then start working with them a little bit. So I'm actually replacing this and start with the setting as it sounds straight out of the box. So there's a bit of limiting on my master chain, etc., but it should be fine. Actually, let me see. What does the meter say? So these are the effects that are built into the preset. You have the full effects rack here with reverb, etc., compressor, EQ. Let's just go with the default settings that the patches come with. Peter, this replaces Atlantis 1 and 2. So the 1 and 2 content is included in 3. Just to clarify the basic functionality on these legatos right from the get-go, so we have that out of the way, these patches, the legato patches, feature some heavy pre-delay that you need to set on your track. You will get the information how much pre-delay is needed on the interface right away here, where it gives you Legato. In this case, 250 milliseconds. So what happens when you don't adjust for the pre-delay? Let's go with 90 here, tempo, and you either play or paint something in. So like this. Obviously, when you don't have a click, it's... Wow, that sounds beautiful. But when you put a click on... So it's obviously way behind, exactly 250 milliseconds. So what you need to do is go into your pre-delay setting in whatever DAW you're using and set it to the exact same value as the patch. So now with that out of the way and having it at minus 250, so now the patch runs in time when putting it on the grid. It's way easier that way instead of like moving your MIDI notes to the left to adjust for the offset. And there's some patches that take up to like 350 milliseconds, so better do that. And yeah, we have, I think, 5 different singers in this new library, so lots and lots of different legato patches. First one is Clara Sorace with the romantic legato. It's a polylegato, as Stefano calls it, meaning you have 2 different legato transitions on different MIDI velocities. So when you play soft, you can see that it says legato layer 1. When you play harder, in this case harder than 77 velocity, so for the difference, soft, so it's a tad more intense on the second layer. There's other patches where you have a more significant difference between these different legato transitions, but just keep in mind when you have different MIDI velocities for the legatos, means you can probably trigger different legatos. There's an info panel, just having a look at the interface. There is a room emulation, which you can actually, let's quickly turn off the reverb. So dry, it sounds like this. Well, dry based on the patch setting. So you hear there's a little bit of room attached to that, but you can even get rid of this and turn it bone dry. That's the way I tend to use these patches, and then I apply my own reverb settings, etc. Also saves a little bit of processing power on these patches if you don't use the internal reverb. But for now, for listening to a few of these patches, let's keep everything as it is right out of the patch. So that's the romantic legato. We have 32 patches now in Atlantis 3, and just looking through the romantic true legato, Atlantis true legato, sustains, phonemes builder, we'll look at that, vocal phrases, reverse vocal phrases, syllables 100, so these are also available in different tempi. Then we have Elven true legato, Valhalla true legato, polyphonic chants, quite a lot, and then yeah, just lots and lots of different singers. So let's skip through a bunch of these patches. We had the romantic legato. This is the Atlantis true legato. I think this is the original Atlantis legato. this legato has different legato types, A, U, soft A, E, and phonemes, which you can switch with the red keys, which is below the playable range, which is the blue keys. So if I click here, we get the U legato. Hey, Girish. So you can see the playable range here from G to pretty high. So let's quickly see how far we can push it. And what I can tell is something that you cannot really experience because you don't have the fingers on the keys. The legato is incredibly smooth. So it really, I cannot really hear any artificial transitions in these note transitions. It's not these patches are not made for fast lines. So you, as soon as you go too fast, probably faster than these 250 milliseconds of the delay, you start to hear some artifacts, but these libraries are not meant to do runs or whatever. So that was ooh, we have soft A. I love the breath that you can hear on the recordings. Pretty cool. Was that an ooh on the A legato? Funny, it turns to an ooh on the G to F sharp. Seven! Hey, good to see you. How you doing? And then we have epic E. You want to score something with a mouse on the floor and someone screaming. Kind of. Cool. And next one we have with phonemes. So if you need a little bit of a consonant in front of the phrase, that's what you can use. And we have two of these. Peter, no, there's no giveaway today. And honestly, throw all the money you have onto Stefano. He so deserved it. I mean, these libraries are so cheap. So let's say so not expensive. Really, he deserves all the money in the world there for these. So no giveaway today, just showcasing the library. We have sustains, and here we have a bunch of key switches to change the sustains. Let's listen to some of these. On this key switch, there doesn't seem to be a note, or no, not that I can hear. Okay. Okay, it's just the white keys. Kind of strange that the black keys are colored, but there are no samples on these, so just the white keys in the key switch range. I mean, just that single sustainer, that's a trailer intro right there. You put it like this, could pretty much go, what key was it? F. I think it was G. And this one, I think, does not have 250 milliseconds track delay. So let's see. Well, that was non-spectacular. Oh, because it's G, not F sharp. Okay, there is a little bit of track delay still, so let's try 150. Oh, it was definitely F, not the G. There's a little slide down. But yeah, if you... what could we do? We could add a little bit of a synth below that. Let's go with this. Some presets. Yeah, kind of like this. Just put that softly underneath. So right away, that's your trailer intro right there. Let's turn it down a little. Just love the sound. And that's not further, no further processing, it's just the internal effects. Anyway, you get the idea. So starting point. Let's look at some more of the patches here. Remco, these patches will load if you install in the same path where you had you will probably get a missing samples dialog. So you just point it to the Atlantis 3 folder and then it will replace the samples and just load regularly. So there's no issue there. Let's keep going. We have the phonemes builder. This one, tempo 100. And yeah, let's quickly take a look at this, how this works. We have 13 different, is it? No, 14. 14 different syllable groups, so to say. The first one is which one is it? Toledo minus. So the way this works, the syllable builder, if you play just one single key, thanks Cyberpunk, appreciate it. Let's actually, they are time stretchable, but let's keep it at 100 with the intended timing. Exactly, Remco, correct. So you can play these polyphonically. But watch this, where it gets cool is that you can change the notes within the phrase. So it's like phrase legato. So you can kind of play melodies with these words. And you can jump to the next syllable either with this green key switch. Or you can use the sustain pedal. That jumps to the next syllable as well. And with the purple one, you can jump one step back, or when you're in the middle of the phrase with the red one down here, you can reset to the first note. I'm not the biggest fan of that approach. I'm not really sure why you couldn't just put the key switches like in the lower range to address every syllable individually, because if you program that, I mean, obviously you can change the syllables and the range and all that kind of stuff, but if we say we are kind of at that syllable and I want to go back to 3, I have to 1, 2, 3, I have to count, and I have to like put 3 key switches to jump to that step. I find that a little bit cumbersome, but that it works. It's just a little different than if you were able to address these syllables directly. But to give him credit, this is the builder where you can build these syllables and jump through them. You can also set this to wasn't there a way to auto jump to the next phrase? I'm not really sure. But the thing is, the same instrument is available with the key switches addressable. At least some of these builders. It looks like this one isn't. That's kind of strange. I'm not really sure why that is. The phoneme builder, Atlantis. Here we have syllables key switch. Let's see if that's the same thing. No, that's just tons and tons of different syllables. But later down here, where we look at the polyphonic chants, so it looks like it does not have that key switch patch for the phonemes builder, but for the polyphonic chants it does. So you can either use the key switch version or the builder version. But let's go step by step through some more of the patches. Next one, if you are familiar with the Thera series, you know this already. There is just tons and tons of vocal phrases. And these these phrases are time syncable. They are not time synced when you load them. You have to activate the sync function right here. And when I got my first Ithera, I thought, that's nice. I have a bunch like 60 phrases on the keyboard. Until at some point I realized, holy macaroni, there's a lot of more phrases than just that one patch. So look at this. This is, I don't know what is 20. So different keys, different tempi. So if we want to say something in D major. And when you sync it, right now we are at 90 BPM, it will play it back a little slower. There are obviously restrictions how far you can push it. So if you have like 200, it will sound like. Not necessarily in transition. Usually, if you go too far with the tempo, you hear it in the vibrato. Suddenly, it sounds like a goat. So you cannot really go everywhere, but I think that's one of the reasons why Stefano has included the same keys in different tempi. So you'll have like 90 and 120 and even 135. So a bunch of different tempos to choose from. That is really, really versatile when it comes to using it in different tempos. And in terms of key, I personally would recommend to not go further than one step up or down. So that's D major. So we have, say, something in E major, D flat major. Maybe you can go a full step down, but it will sound. Down is easier than up. So up, I usually, if I need a different key, I don't go more than one. Because then you're getting into chipmunk territory. I mean, it depends on what you're going for, but my recommendation would be either 2 down or 1 up. Wouldn't push it much further. But then again, you have different keys and different phrases in these different keys available. So if you are somewhere completely different, if you have like a C minor phrase, but your cue is in F minor, you will probably change to the E minor and put it 1 step up to accommodate the key. So if we put down a little bit of a, let's put down some pad. And to be honest, these phrases are also way more versatile than they may appear in the first place. You can adjust the start position for each individual phrase. So when you're here, why can I not hear it? Something's weird going on. What did I do? What? Why is my phrase not working anymore? Okay, reset the instrument. Don't panic. There, and go there. Must be some kind of MIDI command that muted the output. Hey, DPiano, yeah, this is Atlantis 3. You also got sometimes different time signatures as well. So this is 3/4, another 3/4, G minor 120. We are a little slower, so let's go with G minor 90. But if you say, okay, I just want to have that second part, you can just move this here. Okay, it's probably this one. Yeah, it's the bottom one. So if you just say I did think that the offset... Oh, by the way, you have a controller for this as well. Okay. It looks like it does it for every phrase, but you can easily put this on a MIDI control and adjust the offset per phrase via MIDI. So here. Would be even easier if it would remember the offset per phrase, because then you could build even easier, but nevertheless, it is possible in both ways to change the offset of the phrases and therefore create new combinations. What you also can do is you can switch this to legato, and then it will kind of, if you play legato on a phrase, it will jump to that position in the next phrase, so it will not re-trigger the next phrase from the start. So that way, I mean, that's kind of the same thing. It works pretty well. I just realized that. That's pretty cool. So you can combine various phrases. It's a lot of sonic playground there. So let's jump further. We have a bunch of more. We have the same phrases reversed. Cool for sound effects and sound design. High lumonium. Cool effects on these. And then we have the... And this is what I was talking about before. So these syllables, this time tempo 100. Oh, that is the key switch version that I was missing before. So we have the phonemes builder 100 and... No, that's... Reset. Take a breath. This is a key switch patch with syllables. That's not the phonemes builder. And if I remember correctly, I don't know, are these tempo synced? Yes, they are. So that's pretty cool. Okay, next one. Elven True Legato. This one featuring Julia, oh god, Colantonio. Let's hear it. And here you can see there is no polylegato, so meaning you don't have different legatos per velocity layer, so it's one single layer. Again, just for the sake of trying it out, this is what it sounds bone dry. I mean, I cannot help myself. That pretty much sounds like having a singer standing right next to you on the mic and putting something down. I like that a lot. So you can shape it into a lot of different directions. And really lovely voice as well by Julia here. Then we have vocal phrases for her as well. And again, a big chunk of phrases to choose from. So then we have Elvin sustains. Oh, I'm at tempo 360 for whatever reason. I mean, just these patches for creating like lush soundscapes to put something else on top. Really cool. What else we got? We have Valhalla True Legato, bringing back Clara. And here's one legato and different voxels. I'm not really sure what a voxel is. We'll figure out. And here you can see that's a 350 millisecond track delay on this one. And that's kind of like hitting a key. You can grab a coffee in between, and when you're back, the note will sound. So here the harder velocities will trigger an ornament legato, and this is also not like infinite sustain, so but it will naturally fade out. So let's see, what is a voxel? Voxel A. So it sounds like a D in front. Wow. Then we have Schande. In German, that was what they shouted in Game of Thrones in the streets when Cersei had to walk naked. But anyway, Schande, yeah, yeah. So don't look at that with a German mindset. Anyway, 120 polyphonic chants. Same idea as I showed before in the other chants. And here you can switch to all these different chants with the key switches directly. And it also gives you the latency, in this case 30 milliseconds. And the next instrument would be the same thing, but instead of the key switches, you get the builder. So then you can arrange your different phrases in any way you fancy. I mean, that sounds ridiculously good. So, but the thing is, like I mentioned before, what I don't fully like about the syllable builder is, like I said, it's just a different workflow thing. So both ideas work equally fine. But when you say, okay, let's reset this to the first phrase, and that was -30. Would probably, yeah, 30 milliseconds. Great. Hello, Ram. Good to see you. So, and when I want to switch the patch here, so I can hit that green key switch one time. Where did we end up? What happened? First of all, let's make that a little quieter. There we go. Oh, I didn't hit the green key switch. So reset. And also green one. Yeah, there we go. So reset in the beginning. Like I said, it's a little bit cumbersome to work with. Volume keeps resetting. Hey, Flosy. So if I want to go back, let's say I want to go to the fifth phrase, then I would have to trigger that key switch like 4 times. So you kind of get the idea how this works. I think it's not the best approach, but like I said, again, you have this other patch, which is kind of the same thing, but then you can trigger these key switches in the upper range here and select your instrument through that. So like this. There. Okay, it's again just the white keys. So that kind of works, in my opinion, for my workflow. That works a little bit better, but it's just amazing to have these patches. And oh, by the way, they are tempo synced. So same thing as I said before. I wouldn't push them too hard, but you probably could go 10 to 15, maybe 20 beats per minute, slower or faster. So I do that in 140. See what that sounds like. That still sounds buried in a mix that I think sounds pretty reasonable. Right, next one. What else do we have? We are not even halfway through. We have another polyphonic chants builder. No, it's the... Is it the same one? Let me check. We had the Polyphonic Gens 120 Builder. That's the same, and then we have one for 90, so for slower tempos. So that's 30 BPM faster than intended. So if we set this to like 100. Little bit of delay on that patch, but you get the idea. And then the same thing. We have the key switch version and we have the builder version. Okay, next one. Whispers. Great for rhythmic layers, especially for this Viking type of stuff. Okay, we have the sustains sync. What does sync stand for? And by the way, that's Elena. That's another thing, thinger, another thinger, another singer. Athena. We have phrases for her as well. And that's a significantly different voice from Clara, which I love. So this really expands the sonic palettes on the Atlantis series here. And lots of content to choose from. Next one, we have the dark vocal phrases. And keep in mind, these vocal phrases, you have a bunch of menus for different keys and tempos. That's amazing sound. We have an ethereal pad with different pads. That's one of my favorite patches from the library, to be honest. Great sounds. I just love these. They're so great for intros, underscore, putting like just a great sounding pad. So that's like sampled in fifth. Hey everyone, you in the chat, nice to see you. Beautiful. Okay, next, dark reverse phrase. Interesting. Heroic true legato. Okay, here we have polylegato, meaning different articulations, and we have A, O, and A. Holy there you go. Whew, I really like that. That's gonna be a staple in my template for sure. Stefano, if you're watching later, just so you know, it's there's a little typo in the title. Heroic legato. Could probably resave that. Then we have Fantasy True Legato with Lara. Lara is an amazing singer as well, Lara Sensi. She, back in the day, also did a library with On ATLANTIS Chevenai. I think that was Lara as well. I'm not really sure, but beautiful, beautiful sound. There is a G note, but there's no legato down to that. But yeah, it's outside of the playable range. But yeah, she can go pretty high as well. Very, very nice. So, and yeah, the thing is, having these different voices now, you can easily build a choir section or a multiple singer section without phasing issues or sounding at all the same singer, because now you have all these different voices. And there's one specific trailer track that Stefano did for the library that you can find on the 0G page, which amazingly showcases that. So more of a classical tone there with Rosaria Angiotti. Then we have Dark Siren True Legato. That's again featuring Clara. And here on this polyphonic legato, you have like a portamento on the higher velocities. Okay, that doesn't work. Really, really different from the other stuff that we heard so far. Then we have the Roma true legato. Sounds like this. Wow. Whew. Stefano, what did he do? We have Venezia true legato. This one has a tiny bit of a resonance in the sound that I would probably EQ out. Let me quickly check. Nothing major, but... that one. Probably tame that down a little. Yeah, I like that a little better. Just a tiny bit of resonance in the... That's just the sound of the voice, but that's totally fine. Nothing to worry about. Again, a beautiful different color. We have Ethnic Colors vocal phrases. These are featuring Lara again. Again, different keys. Mostly 80 or 120. So broad range of... Oh. And with these, we can also try them out within the instrument. So Stefano included some underscore patches to try these phrases. If we change that to a different key, it should change with these patches as well. Yeah, it does. We even have some, okay, it might be better to put that into the tempo. What does it say? 80. So let's do 80. I don't have sync activated, so it doesn't really matter. So we have a little more. let's say we have a Q in G, A minor at 80. I mean, if these are not cue starters, I don't know what is. Different tempo, just let's quickly try what would it sound if we go to 110 instead of 120 and sync it. That's epic. Right. Closing in, we have, what is this? Valkyria vocal phrases. So, same thing, lots of vocal phrases to choose from. Here we do have 110 as a tempo, so let's try this. I cannot tell you how long I've been looking for these type of phrases for some of the scoring jobs. I mean, if you do some tribal Viking kind of stuff, this is just pure gold. Oh, I love it. Very good. Then we have Aurora vocal phrases. These are 70 BPM. So what does that sound like? Very angelic, very different from what we heard before. These are all in G in 70. And if you set this to legato, again, you can kind of combine different phrases and make them a little more your own. Obviously, you gotta have to learn a little bit which phrase does what and then see what combines which. So, I mean, the thing is, you can spend a lot of time just with the phrases alone and mess around with them. That's cool. And then next one we have hybrid vocals. This is the only patch that I haven't really spent much time with yet. So this is basically a full-blown synth based on look at this. So imagine if you have any of the older therapies, $50 off. So you basically get this library for like $60. For that amount of content, that's just insane. friggin' insane! Self-sustains, let's try that. What do we have here? Very inspiring patches. What else do we have? Vocal drones, D minor. Just trying to look at all these different combinations and effects and all that stuff that you can use. So this is a full, if you're familiar with the Elements synth that Stefano has done, Elements modern scoring synth, that's basically the same engine, and there's just so much stuff that you can do with it. It's ridiculous. So let's look at some of the pedals. Yeah, I can understand why these are called arrival pedals.
No. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no.
Not really sure why it's playing major when I'm playing minor.
No, no, no. No, no, no. 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 No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No. No, 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 no. No. No, no, no.
Looks like something is a little off there, but anyway. So let's go. What else we have? We have sequences. What do these sequences do? Vocal sequence. Oh, still pretty slow. Lots and lots of sonic playgrounds. So much stuff, so much stuff. Starting Play me in G minor. Okay, let's do this. He is a little sound genius. Tell me what you want. Stefano, that's incredible. Not bad, not bad. And then last we have syllables poly in 90. So how many phrases do we have here? Quite a few. Crucifixus for the end. That is all the patches. With that, I want to conclude the first part. I'm gonna come back a little later. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break, and then I want to do a little bit of writing. So just try to write a track with Ithera, see where it takes us. Maybe include a little bit of Prometheus. But holy Macarelli. Stefano, this is a gem. Again, just to repeat myself what I said in the beginning, it is available since yesterday on the 0G website. It's 111 regular pricing if you have some of the old Atlantis 1 or 2. You get $50 off. If you have other Ithera products, you can get 20% off. They do not combine. So it's really, really an amazing value, amazing bang for the buck, so to say. So it sounds amazing. It not only amazing, it sounds ridiculously good. So check it out. Little plug on the site. If you want to check out my shop for templates and things like that, we now have an October sale going on for 50% off everything. There we go. Even on bundles. So no better time to save than prior to Black Friday. Code is October 23 on checkout. Link is in the description of the video below. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Stefano, for sending this over and letting me have a spin with it. It sounds absolutely ridiculously amazing. And like I said, good hour break, something like that. And I will be back later to write a cue with it. See you then. Thank you and bye-bye.